common claim in mainstream agriculture is that we need to increase food production dramatically in order to feed a growing population that will probably be 9 billion people by 2050. At the same time, a recent United Nations Food and Agriculture Organisation report states that 1/3 of food produced is wasted, and that 10% of fossil fuel emissions come from food that is produced and then wasted. There's an obvious disconnect between these two statements. We know that the biggest cause of loss of biodiversity on a world scale is agriculture, hands down. Surely, given what I've just said about food wastage, there's room to look for ways of improving food production that does not make this loss of biodiversity greater than it already is. In my research, I'm looking at changes in biodiversity where sheep and cattle are grazed in a way that farmers believe biodiversity is enhanced. Their management techniques are generally non-conventional, meaning that they try to they reduce the use of chemical fertilisers and pesticides, and that they manage their stock in a way that they can adapt to a changing climate, in particular drought in this area. The small thing I have on my slide is a parasitoid wasp. This wasp is less than 1 millimetre long. Although tiny, these insects are at the very top of the insect food chain, and where they're present in high numbers and diversity, it is indicative that there is a high degree of biodiversity in the food chain beneath them, both of plants and of other insects. So far, I've identified over 100 species from my sites, and although I haven't done any statistics, it's looking like there's quite a considerable increase in diversity on my alternatively managed sites. My project is part of a broader umbrella project that is looking to understand ways that we can effectively manage revegetation in degraded agricultural landscapes. If we can manage livestock grazing in a way that enhances biodiversity relative to the status quo, then this is an important part of the revegetation package. Increasing biodiversity outside these revegetated areas can increase the resources available to creatures such as birds, bats, reptiles and native mammals. There are also numerous benefits for production in terms of pest control and other ecosystem services. My study is especially important because it may add to the growing body of research that demonstrates that there is a place for food production to coexist alongside conservation outcomes. And this is absolutely essential if we are to reverse declines in biodiversity while still feeding the world. Thank you.